Okay, so the lack of human oversight, for example, someone like Low Tier God who egregiously misuses the system and never faces any repercussions whatsoever.
Okay.
This is a lack of human oversight from YouTube.
All right, this is like a nuclear take here. I don't think you're going to expect this one. So do you know that if Low Tier God got banned tomorrow, which, by the way, you said wasn't the real problem, it's YouTube's strike system, so you're walking back that. But if Low Tier God right now got banned from YouTube, did you know he doesn't even need an account, that he still can file DMCAs through the freeform? So even if he's banned, you still can't stop him from DMCAing. So what do you do then?
Don't you have to, like, okay, listen. The point is that there needs to be some sort of effort. If, like, YouTube should take some sort of...
I'm just telling you, there is no effort. I've fallen in this rabbit hole. There's nothing they can do.
If someone is constantly, like June the King, and, like, his viewers, and many people have complained about this incredibly infamous person, Low Tier God, who is incredibly toxic on so many platforms. There should be some sort of oversight.
But dude, I've said the same shit. They gotta do something, man. But like, you can't tell me what it is. There's nothing that they could possibly do to stop that, short of suing every fucking person who does it on an individual basis, which is totally fucking irrational. So I have no idea why this conversation is still going, because you haven't been able to produce one single fucking example for the claim that you set out to make at the beginning of the debate.
I love how you're able to create this narrative.
Dude, you can't create a fucking sentence. It's so hard for you.
Whole conversation. Oh wow, yeah, good for you. Look at you. Wow, you feel powerful right now. Like literally, you refuse to listen to anything I'm saying. You just want to fight. And the only way to even discuss anything with you is to match your crazy energy, which is a very easily gameable
that YouTube
system.
is bad because people can game the system. The system is a...
Oh wow! Oh my god!
But I'm arguing with you that it's not YouTube's system that's the fault. They're doing it up to standards of DMCA, which is copyright law, which is what I'm arguing. You're literally making my argument for me and then going, whoa!
Okay, all right, let me ask you. Here's what you do. So you'll say something, and then I'll say something, and then you'll take what I say, and then try and twist it into a narrative that makes you look better.
Are you trying to say that I'm doing debate tactics?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You slimy Weasley fuck.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
DeOrio. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, okay, so I guess you can sort of frame what the conversation was last night, since we were just about to get into that.
So basically what happened is I saw you tweet last night, and I replied, and immediately it was with this condescension and this, like, these kind of, like, you have no idea what you're talking about bullshit, where I was just like, why are you so dismissive, when I don't think you know much about me at all. It was very strange.
I don't think it's really about you. I don't see, like, in those messages that you know much about copyright. I don't think you have any idea what you're talking about.
Well, no, you're doing it again. So so what in particular do you think I don't know about copyright?
Okay, let me go through what I plan to prove in this conversation. Okay. I personally think YouTube's copyright system is one of the best, if not the best, of any mainstream video sharing platform that hosts user content. Okay. I think that June the King getting doxxed is a result of copyright law, not the YouTube copyright system. You stated that I vastly underestimate the ability YouTube has to combat egregious copyright strikes.
That's true.
I'm not really sure what ability they currently have. I guess if I give you the most charitable definition of this, you say they could implement something else in the future, but it seems like you're kind of implying it's something now. And you've also stated that I have no willingness to see things from the perspective that YouTube can create more safeguards against bad actors. So I'm prepared to open my third eye in this conversation, take the listening role, and I want to hear what you have to say that could accomplish that.
Okay, so yeah, all right. Just to begin, let me address some of your points. So you're of the opinion it has one of the best systems, and I think that the 3-strike system, for example, which is kind of independent of what of June the King's situation, but I do think that that is not written into DMCA law, right? So that is a system that YouTube came up with itself.
Well, what part of that system in particular?
Well, the three strikes.
Just the
strikes.
Three strikes or the you're out
Three
part?
strikes.
Because they have to terminate repeat offenders. They absolutely do.
Well, they do, but so it's not defined. So yeah, so in the DMCA, section 512C, it pretty much outlines that they have to take down people who are repeat infringers of copyright. But it was YouTube who decided that they would use 3 strikes, and that does not take into account the severity of the copyright. It does not take into account context or anything like
what
that.
Is context and the severity?
For an example,
can you like?
Well, no, hold on. Let me. So exactly. So let me. Thank you. Beautiful question. So with, for example, you could have an image, a picture, and a video, and it could be treated exactly like if you put the newest Marvel movie in 4K on YouTube, and you're a repeat, obvious, malicious copyright infringer. You will be treated exactly like, for someone like internet historian would be treated, right? So the 3 strike system. This is why I said in my replies to you that it only belongs in baseball. It's a stupid system. What they need to do, and this is an opinion I've had for a while. I'm sorry I wasn't able to really communicate it when I was replying to you. But what they need to do is they need to have a point system similar to like a driver's license, right? So you accrue certain points, and it's based off of the severity of your infringement.
Wait, but how do you determine severity if YouTube's not allowed to actually determine what is and what isn't copyright abuse at all? YouTube's only role with the DMCA is to receive the information, make sure they're citing a law, send off that information to the other person, and wait for them to file a counter notification. Okay. So, like, where does severity get calculated?
Because I don't think you listened to me.
No, I definitely did.
And what I just said is that they are the ones who created the 3 strike system.
No, you're just talking about the 3 strike system. I'm talking about DMCA in general. You're using the word severity as if YouTube has any fucking control over like what's more severe than anything else. At the end of the day, they're both copyright strikes. DMCA still hits as hard as if it's a Marvel movie or just your picture.
You're right, and that's exactly what I said. So look, what I'm trying to tell you here is that, okay, so are you familiar with what happened to Jim Sterling recently, for example?
No, not at all.
So Jim Sterling, so YouTube has kind of changed their the ability for someone to just like, because of criticism, try and take your channel down. So a similar thing happened to Jim Sterling in late March, right? So he criticized a game developer, and this person deliberately decided 3 consecutive days to do a strike each one of those days, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, putting Jim Sterling's channel in jeopardy. Yep. And luckily, Jim Sterling, a YouTube partner, has I think it's like a 7-day grace period.
Hold on, wait, no. Everyone has a 7-day grace period, my dude.
Well, no, if
you file a counter notification, everyone gets one. It's literally in the team.
No. So if you're not a YouTube partner...
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it is a YouTube partner, but it's not like a sub-count thing. Yeah. All right, my bad. You're right.
Anyway, so I just think that the system is very easily gameable how it is right now. I don't think it's a very good system at all. I do think it...
But wait, how could you improve the system? Like, what you're saying doesn't improve the... Yeah, that's the problem. Your whole thing doesn't improve the system.
No,
because if it's 3 strikes or 5 strikes, at the end of the day, they can just keep giving you more strikes. What's to stop someone who does this on day 1, day 2, and day 3 from doing this on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5? I don't know if you...
Well, that's what I'm... Well, let me. Can I respond to that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so basically, it would force, for example, YouTube to have more transparency of why they decide to make certain decisions. So,
but wait,
if they have to, no, hold on.
Oh, you go.
Hold on. If they have to have a point system, and have to deal with things based off of severity. And you accrue less points because it's a minor infraction more than a larger amount of points. Then that would improve severity. But also, here's the kicker, right? And this is what I think is one of the major things in the low tier God situation is the lack of oversight, human oversight, of YouTube.
Wait a minute. Can I stop you for 1 second? So wait, I had to Google the points system because I've never had points on my license before. So DMV points are applied when you get a certain type of traffic violation. If you accumulate too many points within a certain period of time, your license is suspended or revoked. Can you explain to me how that's any fucking different than applying copyright strikes to an account that expire after 90 days? Because that sounds like
because it's not just 3 strikes, you're out. It's not this.
No, it's a certain number of strikes in a certain amount of time. You're just using the word 3 and saying 3 is bad. I had a situation on Twitter recently.
It's not. That's not true. That's not what I'm saying. You're putting words in my mouth. I never said that. So what I'm saying is that YouTube would be forced to address how they are giving you those points in that scenario.
Wait, they are.
Right?
It's super transparent. If a copyright strike goes through, then your video is taken down. So you have now 90 days to appeal it. You could either try to ask the person to put it back up and remove the strike, or you could file a counter notification, which at the vast 99% of scenarios gets that strike lifted off your account.
It wouldn't. Okay, so it would be a way to distinguish obvious, malicious, bad actors from people who make a little tiny mistake, for example, like showing a photograph.
But it's not a little tiny mistake. Every infraction is equal. That's what a copyright
No. Okay, so yes, you're right to a certain degree. But what I'm saying is that right now, that's how it is. Yes, so every infraction is equal, and then you only can have 3 of them in a row.
This is going to be so nuclear for you, but what I was telling you from the very beginning
if you have 3 of them...
No. What I was telling you on Twitter yesterday is that your problem is with DMCA law. All you've been arguing with me since we've started this conversation is that there needs to be a difference in severity between a picture and a fucking video. Unfortunately, if you fucking pull up Marvel or you pull up a picture, both of those are still a DMCA. Unfortunately, YouTube can't differentiate between the two. Unfortunately, that's just how the law works, which is what I was arguing to you on Twitter.
When did I ever disagree with anything that you're saying here?
On Twitter! When I was telling you the same shit!
No, the law works that way, but I'm saying that the system is not ideal whatsoever.
But wait, you still haven't said what's wrong with the system. You're explaining what's wrong with the law.
Did you forget, in 2 seconds?
No, you're telling me that,
5 minutes ago? No, you forget. Look, I'm saying that the 3-strike system, that was my point. That's why we went down this... I don't even know what the Nick DeOrio loop or whatever.
I'm using Destiny's debate tactics to win this one.
It's really strange and annoying. But I was saying the 3-strike system is shit. I almost had my channel taken down because of it.
And I'm telling you
that I was trying to address.
Yeah, I'm telling you that 5 strikes doesn't make your situation any better. Because I recently had a problem on Twitter, where Twitter is a different platform entirely. I don't know if you know this. There's no content ID, which we could talk about. They're still under safe harbor, which we could also talk about. But for Twitter, for some reason, they don't process counter notifications. They're breaking the law, very actively. And there's going to be videos made about it, I'm sure, in the next couple of months by certain people who've told me they're working on it. But the problem is, if you can't put a counter notification out, someone could effectively get you banned. They've gotten me banned, they've gotten Augie banned, they've gotten Tommy C banned, and somebody had to literally break the law to bring us back. That's a situation where there's even more than 3 strikes. And in a situation without YouTube's copyright system, I was left out to dry more on one website that has more strikes than YouTube than I would have been if I could have just filed the counter notification and got my shit back in 9 days. So yeah, dude, I'm so sorry. The fucking YouTube copyright system is extremely easy to use. For the most part, anytime anyone has a counter notification that doesn't go through, I would say for the vast 99% of the situations where that happens, it's either a glitch or it's somebody not entering the information correctly. But I can't even think of a person who's gone down permanently and wasn't able to be brought back up when they got false copyright strikes. Every single person I've ever seen has gotten their account back if the strikes were actually false.
Well, okay, I just think that you're comparing Twitter to YouTube, and then you're saying, well, at least it's better than that. It just seems like you really
because you're saying that YouTube doesn't have any safeguards, right? But YouTube implemented a $1 billion program called Content ID, where they dissuaded people from filing strikes.
Okay, so which is completely detached from any human elements, and it's all automated. And if anybody tries to,
okay, but you understand that's the reason why people monetize your videos, right? Instead of just striking them, because on Twitch they don't have content ID, and they just took down everybody's VODs. The reason that these companies are just settling and not taking you into DMCA shit is because they have a system where they can just monetize your video. And if they do it falsely, you can either get it removed, or you can take it to a copyright strike, go through the actual system, you're down for 9 days, and you're fucking back. That's what is like. How hard is that to comprehend?
That's not always the truth, actually. So I know more than a few people who've been through the so they've had their video striked. The person who striked it, they decided that they're not going to take them to court. YouTube says that they're going to reinstate it. Nothing happens.
Can you cite one specific one?
Yes, Atrocity Guide. Atrocity Guide. Yes, Atrocity Guide, who makes pretty much exactly, she makes the exact kind of content that I make, weird videos about weird stuff, right? So she did that, and the only recourse she had was to go on Twitter and make noise, and it seems like that's the only way that YouTube does anything about this. And it's so you're so funny. You're talking about this situation with June the King, and like that was one of the I felt like that was a real essential point, is that YouTube won't do anything unless they have bad publicity.
Wait a minute. So can you tell me how YouTube's copyright system could have helped June the King if it was better?
Well, no, okay, so yes, of course, thank you. Yeah. So when he tries to tries to communicate with YouTube about the issues that he's facing, maybe have someone who can actually hear him out. But they can't hear him out. That's not how DMCA works. They're not allowed to hear his side of the story. You're talking about one singular process, but I'm talking about as overall the way that YouTube deals with these situations. And what you're doing is like you're being very weaselly with
how is this weaselly?
It is very weaselly. So you're trying to be like, okay, so the process doesn't work like that. But then I'm trying to say that YouTube has an ability, to have some more human oversight.
I'm sorry, do you think that they have the time to look at 300 fucking million videos that are put up every minute?
No. They do have the time, and they do have the resources. They choose not to because they don't have to.
Do you know that YouTube barely breaks even every single year?
Oh, and it's owned by Google. Like, I mean, I don't understand.
All right, so I don't know if you're like, are you like an ultra capitalist? I'm just asking, like, do you understand that if something's barely breaking even every year, just dumping more money in that they're going to lose isn't optically like that's not. They don't want to lose money, so Google's not going to invest more into it. Do you know how much money like a video sharing website at all costs?
Do you realize that Amazon literally existed on the principle of losing money until the last 10 years.
Okay, do you realize that Mixer ran against Twitch and then shut down because they couldn't pull a profit?
Okay, look, dude. Mixer is we're not okay, we're getting
These
lost
are all like here. Mainstream platforms that all have copyright systems. They're totally all relevant here. And I argued to you from the very beginning that YouTube has the best system out of any of them. And it's extremely easy to use. It's easy to follow. They have like a user interface that you could just go through.
But do you agree that it could be better?
No, I don't know how it could be better. I have no idea how you can improve it.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think it's easy to game the YouTube copyright strike system?
I think it's easy to game the copyright system because of like issues with the law. I see, like for example,
it's not. Okay, go on. Sorry,
dude. One of the easiest ways I can think of to game the copyright system is for, let's say, Augie wants to strike me. I know he doesn't have enough money to sue me, so if I file a counter notification, oops,
yeah, I do.
I get away from it. No, you don't. You're poor. Fuck you. I got your donations because I'm streaming right now, buddy. Yeah, but see, seriously, like, if Augie wants to strike me and I know he can't fucking, like, pay for the lawsuit, I could just file a counter notification and my video comes back and he's fucked. Even if I stole it from him. Isn't that gaming the system? It's really easy to do.
Okay, so, for example, if you do the 3 strikes, one day after the other, like I told you earlier.
Yeah.
Don't you think that is, with the Jim Sterling situation, that is a deliberate attempt to game the system, to take someone's channel down?
I got someone on my timeline an hour ago who told me they got 100 copyright strikes at once, and their whole channel just got hit. No, dude.
No. So it doesn't work at once. Like, so the rapid fire strikes don't work anymore. But
no. These companies can.
If you do it day after,
Toei just did this to somebody.
Okay, so if you do, I think so. So if you do it rapid fire in one day, it doesn't count as that many strikes. But if you do it like the day after and then the day after again on 3 different videos, that's how you can accrue 3 strikes to someone's channel to deliberately try and take their channel down.
Do you think every single instance where 3 strikes are applied?
Say that again.
Do you think every single instance where 3 strikes are applied in a 3-day period is malicious? Like we can count that. Like if you strike on like 1, 2, 3, it's malicious. Not. Then why the fuck would YouTube deem it?
No. But that does. I don't think that has anything to do. Like,
dude, this is your whole argument. What do you mean?
No, it's not my whole argument. No, because you just said that. No, because what you just posited is that yes, maybe it's possible that those 3 strikes are intentional and reasonable. But what I'm saying is that there are people who deliberately try and ruin people and take them down, like with what happened with Jim Sterling recently, and they game the system, which is a very easily gameable
that YouTube
system.
is bad because people can game the system. The system is a
wow! Oh my god!
But I'm arguing with you that it's not YouTube's system that's the fault. They're doing it up to standards of DMCA, which is copyright law, which is what I'm arguing. You're literally making my argument for me and then going, whoa!
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. All right, before you start laughing, all right, and choke on your tongue or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Listen, can I ask you a question? Do you think that they try their hardest to remove themselves from liability in these situations?
Absolutely. If they lose safe harbor status, the website can't function. Do you know what safe harbor status is? Or I could explain it to you really quickly.
I do. I just read the section from the DMCA that outlines safe harbor status. So, okay. So I am very familiar with it.
Okay, because basically what I don't know, you don't need me to explain it to you, but basically if without safe harbor the company like couldn't function because all of a sudden they would now be liable for every single like person who puts copyrighted content on their website. So now all of those videos that get uploaded every single minute would now be like YouTube could be sued, not you. Right? So like they have to maintain that status, and to maintain that status they have to accurately go through DMCAs, they have to remain impartial, they can't make judgment calls on whether something's breaking copyright. They're just a middleman. They have to send you the form that's exactly to DMCA standards, then they have to accept your counter notification that's exactly to DMCA standards, and they have to send that off to like either a middleman, like a third party, or directly to the person who's making the claim so they can go through. Like the fact is, like every single scenario here, the YouTuber wins because at the end of the day, they have to sue you or your video comes back. It's an inconvenience, dude. I don't think the system isn't quote unquote perfect in such a manner that I don't think they should nuke your ability to post videos or stream, but that's not connected to your argument. Your argument, it was about like the June the King situation.
No. We've talked about many different things. I think I've only mentioned June the King once. All right.
But the conversation starts with June the King.
All right. I think that actually happened in the middle of it. It started on
what do you
Twitter
mean? You responded to my tweet. You responded to my tweet
last
saying...
night on. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, you are an unconscionable bastard and a very difficult person to talk to.
Can we just go through the tweets then? Can we go through the tweets? I just want to
ask No. Wait. All right, just settle down. All right, listen.
Okay.
All right. So what's happening here, right? And I'm gonna reiterate because I've said it many times throughout the course of this conversation. So
I don't think it's as impactful as you think it is.
Okay, whatever. I genuinely don't care what you think. But let me tell you something. So there is a lack of human oversight with these matters.
For content ID or for DMCA?
No.
For content ID or DMCA, it's really important. Sorry.
We're specifically talking about DMCA.
Okay, there's no human oversight. There can't be. There literally can't be human oversight. So that doesn't make any sense.
There is. Can I finish my point?
Sure, but it's going to be wrong.
Okay, so the lack of human oversight, for example, someone like Low Tier God who egregiously misuses the system and never faces any repercussions whatsoever.
Okay.
This is a lack of human oversight from YouTube.
All right, this is like a nuclear take here. I don't think you're going to expect this one. So do you know that if Low Tier God got banned tomorrow, which, by the way, you said wasn't the real problem, it's YouTube's strike system, so you're walking back that. But if Low Tier God right now got banned from YouTube, did you know he doesn't even need an account, that he still can file DMCAs through the freeform? So even if he's banned, you still can't stop him from DMCAing. So what do you do then?
Don't you have to, like, okay, listen. The point is that there needs to be some sort of effort. It's like YouTube should take some sort of...
I'm just telling you, there is no effort. I've fallen in this rabbit hole. There's nothing they can do.
If someone is constantly, like June the King, and like his viewers, and many people have complained about this incredibly infamous person, Low Tier God, who is incredibly toxic on so many platforms. There should be some sort of oversight.
But dude, I've said the same shit. They gotta do something, man. But like, you can't tell me what it is.
Well, I did. Well, I did. God. I did many times.
You just keep repeating they gotta do something. YouTube needs to be more transparent. YouTube should have more than 3 strikes. Dude, 5 strikes wouldn't stop what Low Tier God is doing. Low Tier God is filing DMCA copyright strikes, grabbing your fucking information, and doxing you with it. There's nothing that they could possibly do to stop that, short of suing every fucking person who does it on an individual basis, which is totally fucking irrational. So I have no idea why this conversation is still going, because you haven't been able to produce one single fucking example for the claim that you set out to make at the beginning of the debate.
I love how you're able to create this narrative.
Dude,
about
you can't create a fucking sentence. It's so hard for you.
Whole conversation. Oh wow, yeah, good for you. Look at you. Wow, you feel powerful right now. Like literally, you refuse to listen to anything I'm saying. You just want to fight. And the only way to even discuss anything with you is to match your crazy energy.
To match my crazy energy? Are you gonna bitch about my fucking tone when you were throwing ad homs all day on Twitter? I could literally pull up your fucking timeline.
Oh. Well, that was pretty funny. To
be honest. It's totally hilarious. You can't bitch about my tone if you're throwing ad homs.
When I called you an angry Teletubby, don't you think that was?
Did you envision losing the debate this hard while you make that punchline?
Oh well, I mean that's congratulations for creating a narrative where I super lost the debate. I don't even know what the fuck this is. This is like a screaming match about. And you refuse to like listen to anything I'm saying.
I've addressed every point you've made.
No. Okay, so you want to go through the tweets?
I'd love to.
Let's
go. Read them to me because I'm playing Fortnite.
Well, I'd rather not. Does Augie want to?
Augie, can you read the tweets?
Sure. What, on Oki's account?
Yeah. So it started with his first tweet was that Low Tier God should be deplatformed.
Okay.
Yeah, let me.
Does anyone disagree with that here?
Quick. No, I think he should be deplatformed. I've stated my opinion multiple times. If you're gonna dox or harass or flag people, I think you should get kicked off.
Okay.
So Nick says deplatform Low Tier God. Oki says deplatforming him wouldn't accomplish much. The real issue is YouTube's strike system that incentivizes bad actors to abuse it with impunity. Now, earlier Nick said that you backed away from this point. Do you think you backed away from that point, or do you still stand by that?
Oh, I mean, is that not literally what's happening?
Dude, you have to pivot from that point because you can't.
No. Wait, shut up! I'm literally. I've done that with Low Tier God. How is he not abusing that system with impunity?
Okay.
Are you fucking like sick in the mind?
All right, can you repeat the tweet one more time? Because he's not even addressing the actual tweet that he made.
Literally, I just... Okay.
All right. I'll explain it to you.
Should I read it again?
One more time. Yeah, sorry.
Deplatforming wouldn't accomplish much.
All right,
the real issue is YouTube.
So he's saying deplatforming Low Tier God wouldn't accomplish much. So I'm asking you for one single example that you can give that will stop Low Tier God from DMCAing people. Can you give one example? Even in the perfect copyright system, what stops him from DMCAing?
There should be some sort of repercussions that YouTube can see.
But what is the repercussions? Like, are they gonna hold on.
Fucking chill out, dude. Like, just settle down.
All right, you can go.
Okay, so when someone like June the King tries to report what's going on, YouTube should try harder to take action. This is a guy who's been banned from Low Tier God has been banned from Capcom events. He's been banned from Xbox Live for his toxic behavior. It's not like a multinational corporation can't deal with this guy.
Wait,
this guy is able to be dealt with.
Dude, I can't believe you're being so slippery right now. You're responding to my tweet where I said deplatform Low Tier God, and I asked you how to stop him from striking people, and your response was to tell me that they need to take action on him. So you think they should ban him?
No, well, I personally am against.
So you fucking agree with me?
No. Relax. I'm generally against. Do you not understand like what nuance is? So I'm generally against.
What is the action they're going to take on him? It's not banning.
deplatforming people. I'm generally against that idea. So I don't necessarily need to say that it's like, oh, he needs to be outright banned, but there should have been. What do you think?
They should slap him on the wrist? He's doxing people. The problem is that they have not done anything. And the only way that anything has even been resolved or anything has happened is because people like Keemstar or other bigger YouTubers get involved. And why do they have to be the conduits to get involved in this situation? Okay, but you're talking about the strike system. There's absolutely nothing in terms of copyright strikes that they can do. If you want them to, I don't even know what you want them to do, because you're against banning him. So, like, would you like them to, like, give them a meanly worded email? Like, do you think that he should get a community guideline strike? Do you think that's going to dissuade him from doxing? Because let me tell you right now, there is no way to stop somebody from DMCAing people and doxing them. There is none. You have to sue them. That's the only option. And even then, they can come out. They literally, imagine, like, this guy could go to do 20 years for murder, come out, and fucking come back and DMCA somebody. Because you can't deny somebody the ability to file a copyright strike. No matter what bad things they've done in the past, there is nothing you can do to stop him from filing a DMCA.
I feel like you continuously refuse to understand what I was trying
I feel like you
so,
continuously refuse to understand what the fuck I'm saying, and you're just
let him clarify.
I understand what you're saying is very simple, right? And I've understood it the whole time. There's no human oversight in these matters whatsoever. Low tier God can continue to get away with being a bad actor on a platform.
And it's because it's the MCA law. That's why.
It's not only that. It's him doxing people. It's him. All of his actions seem permissible. And YouTube, maybe they have no idea what's going on. I mean, people have been, June the King tries to contact them. People have talked about him time and time again, but YouTube does nothing about it.
So we're pivoting off of the copyright discussion now. Do you think that, like, YouTube's copyright system is okay after having this conversation?
I think that trying to talk to you about anything is like you're constantly just trying to dunk on someone without.
I'm sorry, did you not pick that up from the tweets that you got mad about yesterday?
No, you're just constantly shifting things.
I'm not shifting anything. I'm being very
what you try and do,
I'm actually wait. So I'm either being shifty or I keep repeating myself. Pick one. I'm either being shifty or I keep repeating myself.
Here's what you do. So you'll say something, and then I'll say something, and then you'll take what I say, and then try and twist it into a narrative that makes you look better.
Are you trying to say that I'm doing debate tactics?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You slimy weaselly fuck.
Oh god. Dude, they're never gonna let me live this down in chat after the stream. I'm sorry, dude. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that you totally just fucking evaded to go on that, like, Destiny debate tactics thing. So do you have any points here? Because, like, you've totally moved on. If you want to have a doxing debate, we could set up a doxing debate, but this one's about copyright.
Whoa.
I don't know if you want to define it however you want. We've talked about many different things, and I mean you and if you want to spin a narrative, go for it, dude.
Let me make sure it's clear. All right.
I can't talk to an angry Teletubby, I guess.
Okay, dude. Total ad hom. You won, dude.
All right, listen up. I wanna pinpoint one thing here. Right. Earlier, Nick asked you like what you think how you think the system could be changed to be better, basically. I don't know if you really got to answer that question. So do you?
Well, I did. He got to answer it. No,
I did. So my idea.
Well, hold on. Let me hear it from. Yeah. Let me have him in an uninterrupted setting. Like,
and I did say that. So basically,
this guy's such a fucking idiot.
It would be similar to a license point system, driver's license, right? So based off of the severity,
he's repeating the driver's license system, but he has no idea that's what's already in place. Like, this has he never used the website he's talking about?
That would be, in my opinion, more beneficial than a 3-strike system where.
But what is the difference, dude? Because he thinks he's talking about infractions, but that's the law. He's literally arguing in favor of my point.
Basically, what's happening right now is like you have this 3-strike system, and
I can't listen to this anymore. I'm literally gonna shut him up. I hope they message me when he's done talking. This is the stupidest shit I ever heard.
On these 3 videos, and if someone deliberately wants to take your videos down or your channel down,
This guy managed to be dumber than I thought. I can't believe I wasted time preparing for this debate.
So I would much prefer a point system that takes into account the severity of the infringement, and I think that it would force YouTube to be much more transparent about the reasons that they give you a strike.
Can you acknowledge for me the fact that they literally can't do that because of DMCA law? So if DMCA
they
law
can, you fucking idiot! Do you not realize that the 3-strike system was created by YouTube?
Okay, all right. So can you understand they can't implement on severity reasons? Like they can't judge that. They're not allowed.
There is nothing in the DMCA law that says that it. So it
Except
says
the fact that
it's repeated. No, hold on. You fuck. Except for the saying that it's repeated infringement, there is nothing that defines what that entails.
Okay.
Okay? So the system that they have right now is fucking stupid. And that's what I keep trying to tell you.
So I think you should write your local congressman to set up something where DMCA is more specified, where it could be involved.
No.
Okay.
No. YouTube can change their system.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, dude. Have you tried running that by Susan Wojcicki? I think you should give her a call. You seem to have like the craziest answer.
Hold on, Nick. I've had a conversation with. Hold on, Nick. I've had a conversation with you before about this, and my assessment was that look, it's not. There's no law that says, like, for instance, when a channel gets copyright striked or whatever, YouTube will deny the ability to live stream for 90 days.
No, but he's talking about an intrinsic portion of the DMCA. He's talking about severity. And if you use severity, YouTube then has to judge the situation to find out how severe it was. It can't happen.
Yeah, I think the shit that YouTube does, that they decide.
Dude, all of us agree on this. You're going to say the points of like they shouldn't. Do,
I just want to make that clear.
Do the live streaming. They shouldn't do the video thing. But again, actually, you know what? In YouTube's defense for that, because I really just want to be a total dick in this one. For the most part, the vast majority of copyright situations that involve abuse are the other way. You can imagine that more video clips from movies are uploaded to the site, and more anime is streamed from the site that's not supposed to be streamed, than probably people who are abusing DMCA to take down videos of criticism. Right. So for the most part,
I feel like more like innocent people are getting striked than anime like re-uploading companies or something.
You think that more innocent people are getting false DMCAs than YouTube has to take down copyright? Dude, I don't even know if there's statistics for that. You have to like literally like you have to go look up how much content is taken down.
Right now, I just feel like a lot more like streamers that are just streaming, then they play like I don't know a fucking song or something that plays in a game, and then they get banned for 90 days. I feel like that happens a lot more.
I think it sucks, and I wish there was like again maybe there's a system where you could have a system in place where like a repeat offender policy for that. Because that's not part of DMCA. That's something they're doing, right? So you make a repeat offender where this user has had 7 successful copyright strikes on their account, then now maybe, and they've still managed to stay up because it's maybe like 2, like one goes away, then they get one more. Maybe they could then do that for like the stuff that's not involving DMCA specifically, because I think the reason that's there, the streaming thing, forgive me if I'm wrong. Is that not
what Oki was just talking about?
No, he's talking about severity in terms of like, if it's a Marvel movie or like a picture, and YouTube can't determine the level of copyright infringement that's there. That's not. They can't do.
It would force them. It would force them to. If that kind of.
Really, it would force them to. Then it would force them to. Boy, that's what safe harbor is. They can't do that. They legally they can't do that. It would force them to lose their safe harbor status.
Again. I feel like you don't.
Right. Hold on, I'll come back to you in a second. I want to finish with Augie.
Okay, no. The 3-strike system. You realize that they created that. It's not. That has nothing to do with
and I explained to you why a 6-strike system was more damaging to me than YouTube's 3-strike system. Just having more strikes in between you and ban doesn't mean someone can't abuse the system. Now back to what I was saying to Augie. With the system that like implies basically, all right, so here's how safe harbor works, all right? YouTube is not allowed to, YouTube has to be impartial to it. They have to receive the notice, they have to get that and send that to you. Then they either send it to, like, I think Twitter sends it to a middleman, YouTube sends it to the other person, and that's it. YouTube isn't watching the video, YouTube isn't making a judgment call, YouTube isn't determining if it's fair use or not, YouTube isn't seeing if it's a Marvel movie or a picture, they have no fucking idea. Okay? And they can't have an idea, otherwise they're legally liable for the copyright. That's what safe harbor is, right? So they can't do that. What he's like saying is like his answer physically cannot exist. It just doesn't work. The reason that we can do like we can get rid of the penalty for streaming or the penalty for for like posting videos is because that's entirely by YouTube. And if you don't make it through like whatever the fuck he's saying, like the severity of it, even though that like DMCA doesn't differentiate that at all in the first place, and you'd have to totally rewrite the fucking law and modernize it for the day and age. If you made it on like he's gotten 9 copyright strikes, so now he gets more punishments every time he gets struck. That's something that would be like doable then, because it's like that doesn't have anything to do with DMCA. That's an extra penalty that YouTube is inflicting. You understand why there's a difference there?
I just think that the system right now, there is no punishment for someone like Low Tier God who abuses the system.
I have one for you, buddy. He can ban him. They can ban him.
Okay,
I mean,
okay, so all right, so good luck doing it through Twitter. Right?
What do you mean? I thought Twitter is the only way YouTube responds. You said that like 5 minutes ago.
And I thought that you were the one who was saying, "Oh, YouTube has a perfect system," basically, right?
I think YouTube's system is the best it could possibly be. I think if you get a copyright strike, filing 1 counter notification usually gets it back up without even having to go to Twitter. You can get it up faster if you go to Twitter, because then someone will go through it.
Not everybody has that opportunity to do that, right? So
what do you mean? Small YouTubers blow up every single fucking day from people retweeting them. Do you think that like
okay, right. so you have to be at a certain level where you can have someone who would retweet that, like if you have an issue with this.
I've seen like two right? sub YouTubers get retweets, dude. I'm sorry, this argument's terrible too. Can you pivot to something better?
Okay. You are such a weasel.
Dude, I didn't think this conversation was going to go this long. I'm actually, like, I'm so confused how we're still talking.
I don't know, though, but, I think
I'm
a lot
so
of people, like...
by experiencing talking to you.
Dude, it's a super emotional thing. All right, I want to appeal to the audience for a second.
Hold on.
That's what you've been doing the whole time.
The audience right now. I want to appeal to the audience right now. All right, look, when you're like a 2-sub YouTuber and you're tweeting out to the fucking void, maybe it'll get picked up by somebody, all right? Sometimes I follow Team YouTube on Twitter and it'll show me them replying to random people getting fucked and I'll happen to see it. But do I do anything about that? No, and most people don't, all right? People like us getting fucked... Yeah, but, okay, if 5,000 people are getting fucked every day and Tipster's talking about, like, I don't know, 2 of them a week or something, we have a problem there, all right? A lot of people are tweeting into the void, and we have no idea they even are getting fucked right now. Thank God
YouTube has a good copyright system where you file a counter notification and get your video
But we're
back.
talking about, you're saying that you go on Twitter, you instantly go viral. I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay, but like either way, you don't actually have, the thing is, you don't actually have to go viral to get it done. This is like one of the few YouTube
I mean, we always talk about how we only get lucky because we have connections, all right?
Yeah,
most
but
people
it's
don't
not
have
lucky.
that.
The system is great. It'll actually get your video back without having to have connections. I thought that's what we wanted.
Yeah, we would want a system where you don't need connections,
and that's
you don't need to know people.
So then what's wrong with it?
Okay,
Look,
well, I'm just pushing this.
I know a lot of the audience watches
okay, no, hold on. I find it unbelievable that you genuinely don't think that it could be improved.
I find it unbelievable that you haven't given a single example other than make it like the exact way that it currently is now on Severity. You just have added nothing. I mean, I could like make up stuff that like is like, I don't know, slightly more better than that.
Well, I mean, you would be very, very good at being a YouTube PR guy.
All right.
Let me tell you that.
I mean, you're allowed to cope. It's fun.
Okay, cope. you just like constantly, you just slip them in. Just slip them in, little insults.
Well, here's another question for you. So, like, why would a company as big as YouTube specifically risk it all for Low Tier God? Say they just stop accepting DMCAs from Low Tier God. Why would they do
Integrity?
that?
Oh, I don't know.
You think that?
Wow.
You think that prioritizing one user over the entire base? Because if Low Tier God were to like get enough money to sue YouTube, hypothetically or whatever, and he's filing legitimate copyright strikes, do you understand that could fuck safe harbor for the whole platform? So why would they take one user into accountability over the entire platform?
I'm not saying one user, just a general response to these issues that actually takes into account and like has some sort of human element in it. Where what it is now is just this, like it's just all based off of algorithms and it's detached from humanity and there's no human oversight to it.
So I hope you go to like send your local congressman a letter saying that the DMCA law needs to be revised, needs to be modernized for the normal day and age and stuff like that, so YouTube can make the appropriate changes to its copyright system. Obviously, it sucks when you have to send your address, but I hope everyone who's listening right now, who's a small YouTuber, knows that you can use a PO box. Unfortunately, your name has to get sent. That's part of the.
Oh, imagine when you're able to like what June the King tried to do, try and talk to YouTube and say, hey, this guy is like leaking my address, and he's showing the pretty much photographs of people's houses that made videos about him, and YouTube actually does something about it.
What are they going to do about it? Can you tell me what that is?
They can enforce some sort of
policies. Can you tell me what policy that is? Can you be specific?
I don't think it needs to necessarily.
No, I really think it needs to be. You haven't made a fucking example the entire time. Can you give me a specific policy that
I've made a lot of. I've made a lot.
No, what can they do to low tier God? Can you tell me what they could do to low tier God?
What they can. I mean, they can implement some sort of thing that punishes him for his bad actions.
What is that? Can you give me something? Can you give me more than some sort of thing? I need a little bit more.
Oh, okay. What if? Amazing. Okay, here's an amazing point, right? So what if they decided to do the exact same thing that happens when you get a strike? So when you get a strike, you can't stream, you can't upload a video.
Wait, how do they know the strike is
7
false?
days?
How do you know the strike's not real?
If it doesn't go through, if they actually have some sort of human, if they actually have people that actually look at the situation and investigate it and decide that, okay, so in this situation, this person is obviously being egregious with our system and is abusing it, so we are going to punish them for it.
All right, so how could YouTube determine that the system is being misused?
I don't think it's very difficult, especially
if they can't look at the actual situation and they can't.
I don't think it's very difficult, especially if you look at the situation with June the King, where.
But how does that even help June the King?
No, okay, shut the fuck up for 1 second.
Okay, dude.
If it wouldn't be very difficult if they actually looked at it. I don't know if you saw the video that June the King put out, dude. Right? So if they actually looked at the stream clips of Low Tier God showing the houses of people that he's doxing, if they actually looked at these situations, they could take action. But they don't.
Okay, but this is about doxing. We're still talking about copyright. How do you stop him from copyright striking people?
See, that's what you do, right? So you're defining it. It's like
no, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm keeping us on subject.
No.
I agree with you. I think they should ban him for doxing.
You're saying that you're keeping it on topic, but you're talking about a million different things.
So all right, let me answer your point the way you wanted me to answer it. Okay, so if YouTube goes and gives him an upload thing, so he can't upload for 7 days, he could still file a copyright strike. He could still dox somebody, and it literally doesn't impede his ability to do that in any meaningful way. So how does that even anything, dude? Inflicting the same penalty doesn't help. Banning him doesn't help. You can't give me a single thing they could possibly do to stop him from going around doxing people, other than probably suing him or putting him in jail.
What I'm saying is that there has been no repercussions whatsoever up until this point, and that's the issue. There has been zero repercussions.
But unfortunately, that's not what you were saying from the very beginning. So, that's a nice new point to reach.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
You said it was
now look at you. Yeah, you're constantly spinning a narrative.
Totally spinning the narrative. Can I just screen share something for you? Okay. Because if you're gonna sit here and say it's not YouTube's copyright system, I think that's actually super funny. So here, I'm gonna go live. Can you just hop into the thing, Augie, and yeah.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. So if you want to try to change what you're talking about right now, I actually all right, that's totally fine. Just take a listen to this. You all in? Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm trying to change. Okay.
All right. Tell me when you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah.
I just want to hear what you have to say. Let's see what is your name? Oki? Let's see what Oki said a couple months ago.
I'm re-uploading this video after Dan Nine struck the previous one down. I've removed any and all of the footage that belongs to him, so hopefully now he has no grounds to strike it again. Silly me, I thought there would be more countermeasures for content creators to take when someone abuses the copyright system and falsely takes your video down in order to censor criticism. But clearly my thinking was naive, and YouTube's copyright system is far more broken than I ever anticipated. I'd like to thank Wen.
Alright, so again, this is the same thing you're tweeting me. I just want to know how the copyright system is broken.
Okay, all right. So you share what is that meant to dunk on me? This is from 2019.
Okay, but it's the same argument you made to me on Twitter. It's virtually the same argument. So I just want you hold the same stance in that video that you held to me yesterday. So I just want to know, how is the copyright system broken?
The 3 strikes.
Okay, what if it's 11 strikes? How does that change it?
It would be much more preferable.
What do you mean much more preferable? It would be 2 days less from getting banned permanently, quote unquote, when they get your fucking account back after you counter notify.
It's not only that, it's also, like I said, more human oversight in these situations.
There's no human oversight. They're not allowed to have human oversight.
That's a problem.
Then call your local congressman. Oh my god.
No. What you're confusing is you keep trying to say that DMCA has something to do with the situation that they have, where your channel could be taken down, because of repeated infringements. But what I'm saying is that if they deal with it on a case-by-case basis, they have a system in place that takes into account the severity of infringements and doesn't only just say, oh, it's like, yeah, we're gonna do it with 3 strikes and you're out.
Right, so if we could change the law to make that work, okay, if we could change the law to make that work and make that like applicable.
No. Why do you keep bringing the law into this? This is the way that YouTube does it.
Because DMCA is the law and that's how it's done.
No. But DMCA.
You can't judge severity because you can't make a judgment call on the content.
No. Yes, you can. DMCA does not define the 3 strikes system.
No, but
DMCA is the one who created it.
DMCA says YouTube literally can't make a judgment call on whether it's infringement or not. They just take the information and they take the video down and they wait for you to file the counter notification. For the 15th time I'm explaining this. So it doesn't work like that. You can't just use severity, and severity doesn't fucking exist in DMCA law. Like, it's treated as the same when you file a copyright strike. Otherwise it would be listed in several different categories. You need to go through the legal route. I don't know why you can't just agree with me that it's the
only
law.
thing. No, because you keep trying to pressure me into like agreeing with you.
I just want to pressure you into ending this debate because I'm getting a headache from repeating myself.
Okay, same, thanks. Yeah. Like I said many times, I can't believe I have to repeat it again, but
me neither.
The reason that this exists, where it's 3 strikes and you're out, is YouTube. That's it.
Okay, but 6 strikes doesn't help your case. I'm just like 100% clear. 6 strikes does not help this case at all. It could be fucking 11 strikes. Doesn't help your case. And at the end of the day, with actual copyright abuse and actually removing legitimate channels that aren't in this extremely small niche of what copyright problems are on YouTube, for the most part, it's probably good to ban people who are posting fucking 5 Harry Potter movies in a row, dude. Unfortunately, not every copyright situation that happens is one that we need to talk about on the Quarterings YouTube channel. Sometimes people just abuse copyright.
Yeah. And that's why that YouTube should be forced in some way, maybe through public pressure. Maybe that can occur where they're forced to look at these situations based off of severity.
Okay, so when the congressman gets through putting that through, that would be an awesome take.
All right, good.
All right, are we reaching an end here?
I think we've been done for a while.
Okay. All right, just want to make sure everyone got their shit out. Let's see. Boblox want to come in here. He said he had something to add.
Oh fuck, dude. All right, here we go. I knew this was coming. That's gonna turn into me debating Boblox for an hour.
I don't know. He just said he wanted to add something. I don't know. All right,
let's go. Bring him in. Bring him in.
Yo, what's up, Boblox?
What's up? This has been an entertaining debate to listen to.
Hey, bump your mic up.
This is the most entertaining copyright debate I've ever been in. We made paint dry turn into content.
Is my mic a bit better?
Oh, yeah, you're good now.
Alright, so while I was listening to the debate, I actually came up with something that YouTube could improve, not necessarily like with their system. So basically, I think if someone false copyright strikes someone, and then it goes through the entire process where they appeal and everything, and the video goes back up, because they didn't take it to court and they didn't intend to take it to court, they should have a punishment on the account that they put the strike through, whether that be a strike themselves or channel termination.
All right, then
I think that would de-incentivize people for doing.
Super hard on this point. So let's say again, back to the Augie argument. Say Boblax is a poor little boy, and I steal Boblax's Twitterverse's video, and Boblax lives in Canada, not the United States. So basically, in this specific scenario, Boblax being poor can't do anything about it when I steal his content, and he files a counter notification because it's the only thing he can do. Now, obviously, in this instance, I'm gonna I'm sorry, he files a copyright strike because it's the only thing he can do. In this specific instance, I'm just going to file a counter notification because I know he's poor. So at that point, now he's not only did I steal his content, make money off of it, and absolutely dunk on him, I now can also delete his YouTube channel.
Well, that's kind of already what happens now, right? Like, you go through the strike system, and then if you don't bring it to court, it goes back up.
Yeah, but no, that's exactly what it is. But you're adding the extra layer of, like, you also now get punished if that happens. So on top of, like, somebody ripping you off, they can get your channel banned. You understand how that could be even worse?
Currently, why would I strike something that would end up going back up?
All right,
anyway.
So because right now, in the case that we're in, copyright is like a W for the user. Like for us, copyright's super dope because we always win if they don't sue us. If you implement something like that, then we literally have to let people kneel on us. Because we can't file a counter notification. Dude, everyone has to be super rich and be able to pay for this like court case, otherwise they lose their whole channels. How is that better than what we have now?
Because it would decentivize people from false copyright striking.
But it would also decentivize people from protecting their IP.
You copyright only when you intend to take it to court. That's the whole point of a copyright strike.
Okay,
that's why these music companies and labels claim stuff because they can take it.
All right, but I'm telling you right now that if someone stole my video and re-uploaded it, I would absolutely copyright strike them. Wait till they file the counter notification and publicly shame them because I don't have the money to take them to court. What you're saying means somebody can re-upload every Twitterversus video you've ever made, and you're absolutely powerless to do anything about it unless you plan on spending again, you're in Canada. That's worse for you because odds are you have to go after somebody in the States. It cripples you.
No, YouTube detects that it's my content because they match it. They see that I upload the video beforehand, and then they match it, and they say it's a 100% match. You can take this down.
So is there a situation... Actually, I don't know if this is true. I'm wondering right now if you file a form notification and just pick a video out. Because, no, that totally doesn't work, right? Because there's a situation, I was watching a video. There's a super awesome guy who made a video talking about copyright abuse. And he said he made a video, and then a TV show decided to cover his video in their TV show. And then after that, they put it into Content ID, which, because they were a TV network, meant that, they could put it into Content ID afterwards, and then when that happened, it claimed his video even though it was the original.
Was that person in the partnership program?
Yes, he's a massive YouTuber, million-plus YouTuber, and then he had to fight that in court. So, I'm just saying, dude, I think your solution adds way more inconveniences than it does solutions.
Well, technically, that's what it should be, because YouTube already says if you file a false copyright strike and it goes all the way through, you get terminated. Yeah, but it literally says you will terminate your channel. You gotta make sure you take it to court when you put it in there.
See, that's the problem. No, it says
they should terminate. They should follow through and terminate if there's a false copyright strike.
But hold on.
Yes.
All right, so if it doesn't go to court, you don't know if it's false.
If it doesn't go
just because
they
can't afford it doesn't mean the strike is false, Bolex.
Yeah, I know.
But if it's repeatedly
if they can't prove that it's true,
dude, you guys are arguing to
what's going on?
No, if it's repeatedly proven, for example, with this situation with Low Tier God, that this person is a malicious bad actor.
What should we do, buddy? Should we ban him?
What should we do, buddy? Should we ban him?
Shut up! Yeah, we should ban him. All right, back to the big boys.
All right, let him go.
All right. If it's repeatedly proven that he's a maliciously bad actor, how do you honestly say that YouTube is okay with it and not somehow addressing the situation? You know?
Yeah, dude, just say ban. You can't say ban because then you agree with me. Fuck, dude.
No, dude, no. It's in their. It's twofold. It's in their situation where they're trying to completely protect themselves from liability and completely wash their hands of anything, and then also the fact that their copyright strike system is broken, and also just the ability for people to game it and abuse it is it's
all right. Now that we've repeated the same arguments we made
because of the law, I
just want to say, man, I actually really liked your videos when I watched them today. I'm really sad to hear that you're an idiot.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Same. Thanks.
Oh,
yeah.
My God.
Yeah. I'm really sad to hear that you're a narcissistic prick.
Thanks. I actually brand myself like that, so that shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. This is totally in character for me.
Well, I'm glad we ended this debate off, you know, building a new bridge here. Nice one. Nice one.
Dude. All right, if anybody ever goes after you and doxes you, I'll be sure to hope they get banned and tweet out for your support. Again.
Are you saying that sarcastically?
Yeah, I would support. No, I would support the shit out of him because that's what I do. I think if people dox people, they should be banned from YouTube. I know that might be a nuclear take here, but if it ever happens to you, buddy, don't worry. Even if we had a bad debate here, even if it didn't go entirely well the way you wanted it to, I'll be there to support you.
Nice.
I think that you would be an incredibly good fiction writer.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And YouTube spokesperson.
Yeah, Nick DeOrio, the Fed, the shill for YouTube.
Nick Wojcicki.
I needed this after the quartering one. Oh, man.
That's so funny.
But
I heard Destiny was tweeting at me earlier. He wanted to school you on
shut the fuck up. No, you can't take this away.
I don't know if I should let him in or not.
For more like you know, egregious actors that everybody knows false copyright strikes, like Onision or Low Tier God, similar to how they like punish directly like James Charles after incidents or like Logan Paul or whatever, I think they probably should like at least demonetize.
Yeah, but the reason why that wouldn't help his argument is I'm talking about deplatform Low Tier God, and the implication of the tweet saying that won't help, it's the YouTube strike system that's the problem, is that like there is some other alternative that would stop Low Tier God from striking you. The reason that this debate can't progress any further is there's no action that could be taken that would stop Low Tier God from being able to strike. You could you could ban him, you could demonetize him, you could hang him from a flagpole by his testicles. None of these things, unless, I mean, I'm sorry, he has to have reception if he's on the flagpole. But like all of these things, you could even file a strike if you're banned from YouTube. So there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, but I mean, no, wait, it would disincentivize him to do it because he wants his YouTube channel.
What do you mean? This guy's banned from every other platform. He literally started shilling a brand new YouTube channel yesterday in his streams. He has no problem. All of these guys just pick up like hermit crabs and go from place to place.
Okay, well, it would disincentivize.
Though. Yeah, okay, but that's why I think we should deplatform him, because it's his last huge revenue
I'm in favor. I'm in favor of that position myself.
But that doesn't stop him from striking.
Yeah, I agree with
that's
the
conversation.
Right.
Yeah, but I think for most people, stuff like that would disincentivize striking. I think there's maybe I agree with the notion that YouTube could do maybe a little more to disincentivize people from false copyright striking. As for the 3 strikes, I think I agree with Nick. I think the 3 strike system is as good as it can be from the defendant's end.
Like, I mean, if we compare this to other websites, there's no content ID on Twitch, so they just ban everything. Twitter doesn't even answer counter notifications or even let you know your standings. Like, you can't even find out how many strikes you have against your account. So, like, if somebody false strikes you over and over again, you need someone to break the law to get your account back. Like, I mean, sure, maybe it's super fun on DLive and Odyssey. You don't get any copyright strikes over there. If any of those websites became successful, immediately you'd start seeing it. That's what happened to Twitch. They're like, we didn't even know this was going to happen. We never even considered the strikes.
Twitch's fucking system's so bad.
The system is perfectly fine. And what you're arguing before that we were just talking about would actually make it worse, because right now, like, I mean, our YouTubers aren't corporate entities that have bottomless pits and teams of fucking like lawyers and shit. So right now it's probably stacked in our favor and more so favorable for us. So yeah, I'm sure like you could probably change that, and I guess ethically you might be a little bit better off, but abusing the fuck out of the fact that like these people aren't gonna fuck you over, like that you could actually defend your content without having to go to court. Otherwise, like, because again, Sony doesn't want to sue every individual person, so you can win these situations.
Well, I think the defending content should hinge on, you know, the YouTube automatically like finding matches. Like if you go to your copyright tab, you can see 100% match, which
I think we should tie Low Tier God down and then stop him from being able to use his phone, and that'll solve our problem.
Nice.
Oh, of course.
All right, I think we've ran this conversation dry.